Are banks becoming worthless? Well, the stocks are dropping real low. Welcome to the Alpo Show. Welcome to the Alpo Show. We're recording on July the 4th, so you might be hearing some fireworks that are going on out here in Arizona. People be blowing up here. It goes usually on all night. So anyway, today, are banks becoming worthless? I got a quick story to share with you. Then I'm going to show you an inflation index, and then we're going to talk about what's happening with one of the banks that's literally screwing everybody. Okay. So a friend of mine, and again, this is not just going to be me that's going to be saying this story. You're going to be saying this story. Okay. The same thing I'm going to say right now. A friend of mine who had his money in a bank. Okay. Oh, hundreds of thousands of dollars just got frozen by the bank. And we're going to talk about that bank here a little bit. But this is an example of what's coming. And I want you to be aware of this because you got your money in the banks too. Now, a lot of us don't have a lot of money in the bank, but some of us have got a lot of money in the bank. And this is not just the banking. This is the stock market. All right. So when my friend told me this, it just blew my mind. So I immediately had to go and do a little studying on myself to go, whoa, is this the things to come? So I'm going to get into this clip. This share here on the inflation index. Okay. And just give you, if you don't understand the idea of how inflation works, because I'm telling you, it can be absolutely hard to understand because everything is so crazy right now. We're getting told one thing, getting told another. So we're going by just what the dollar is. All right, now so here's in 2021 and we're in 2022, but you cannot calculate 2022 because it's not over. They will not calculate what the final result is until then. So we can only go by what's going on now. So let's look over here. All right. And it says $1 in 2021 is equivalent in purchasing power to about $1.08 today. The dollar had an average inflation rate of 8.58% in the last 12 months. As a result, the real value of a dollar has been decreasing recently. This means today's prices are $1.08 times higher than the average price since 2021. Okay, so now also it says the Bureau of Statistics Price Index. A dollar today only buys 92.59% of what it could have been back. You could buy back then. All right, so now this is what's really important here, and I want to stress this a little bit here. The inflation rate in 2021 was 4.70, right? The current inflation rate compared to last year's is 8.58%. If this number holds, $1 today will be equivalent to buying power to $1.09 next year. The current inflation rate page gives more detail on the latest rates. Now let's go up here. All right. So now here we are, and inflation here is in 2021 was at the end of the year was 4.70%. All right. Now here is right now so far inflation is at 8.58%. All right. So now when we look at it, we may think, okay, this year is 8.58%, but you have to look back here where it was 4.7. So is this right here almost 13% really total instead of the way it is 4.7 for the final last year, and now it's at 8.58. See, to me, I'm looking and thinking this is over 13%. So leave your comments on what you think about this. Now, I want to go down here and let's look. Okay, so in 2018, inflation was 2.5%. All right. Then it went down in 2019 to 1.76%. Then in 2020 went all the way down to 1.23%. Then of course, here we are 2021 and it's 4.7%. And now at 2022, it's 8.58%. Now they're saying this is definitely going over because they're going to have another interest rate of 0.75%, 0.075%, something like that, to bring it over to 9. All right. So when we come to this conclusion, remember, they don't include food or gas in this. And if I am wrong, somebody tell me, because that's my understanding. I've double checked this twice, that it is not, they don't do that. So how do we know? See what it really is. So what it's saying is, let's see, a lot of it. So you take this $100 bill, right? Take a $100 bill. And so now if the way they say it, it's going to cost you $109. But we know when you go into food, that $100 has been turning into $130. You see? So now how do we look at it? Again, there's the mask, and then there's the truth that's always hidden. Now, one more thing here. I want to go down here, and I want to talk about, I got to change this clip. Hold on a second. And this is the Bank Voyager. All right. So we're going to use them as an example. So Voyager, which is, as far as I know, is an internet web bank. All right. And a lot of people put a lot of their stuff, their money, crypto, gold, you can do, pretty much put everything in here. So now they closed, or at least they locked out all their funds. So here's my friend, he's lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I'm going, after I looked at him, I'm like, well, what happened? So all you got to do is go look here. Just this year, April 6, 2022, the stock was at $5.30. Okay. Here today, on July the 4th, it's 31 cents. So now, when you look, what percentage of that is? That's $5. That's $5. So where does that leave us? That leave us, better have eyes open. Have your eyes open. Keep an eye out on what's going on in your bank. Now, there's been a lot of trouble, a lot of issues with Wells Fargo and Bank of America. So you got to make a decision on what that. Listen, do your research. I'm not here to give you what you think is a fact. I'm here to let you. I'm showing you enough so that you can go look at it yourself. Because if this happens, this could happen to you. It could happen to me. And it sure happened to a good friend of mine. And that's my warning to you. Listen, I hope you had a great 4th, but we are on Tuesday. But I hope you had one. And I will see you next time on the Alpo.